What's up, guys? So this is my 10K subscriber special Q&A. I got a hell of a lot of questions, so I'm gonna go through and answer all of them. A lot of them are kind of obnoxious, though. I ain't gonna lie. I expected a few more serious questions, but then again, I don't know what I was thinking. So before I get started, there's a couple new things I've been working on that I would like to share with you guys. The first is Patreon. Basically, it's like this. I've had a lot of people say, that they supported me and, they want me to make more videos and do more stuff. And I would love to, continue making a lot of great content for you dudes. And so this is kind of a way that people who want to support me more can. You shouldn't feel like I'm trying to pressure anybody or I expect it or anything like that. But if you would like to help me out, this would be a great way to do it. You can, basically what Patreon is, it's a way for people to offer financial support to content creators that they like. So, you can pledge like $1 a month, for example. And if I had enough people to do that, then I could basically do this full time. I mean, I could make 1 or 2 videos every single day. So I'm gonna try to move into that a little more. So, I mean, YouTube advertising, I get something from that, but it really kind of sucks, to be honest. And most people that are able to put out regular content, unless they're really huge, like PewDiePie or something, a lot of people do get some Patreon support. So, I've tried to come up with some rewards on there you might be interested in. So, click over, look around, check it out, and, please consider supporting me. If you don't want to, that's fine. Feel free to hang out and watch my videos. The other cool thing that I got going is I've got some t-shirts with the Spacelord gaming icon on it and stuff. There was actually had a couple people ask me about this, like, you ought to get some t-shirts going and stuff. And at first I was like, I don't know, but then I had a couple other people message me, and the wife thought it was a good idea. So what the hell? If you'd like it, there they are. I tried to make them as cheap as possible. I'm not really worried about making money off t-shirts, but they're kind of expensive to print shit out. So, they're on there. The link to both the Patreon, and the shirts are down in the description if you, want to check that stuff out. Otherwise, let's get on to the questions. I tried to group these somewhat, depending on, like topics. That way I'm not answering the same question over and over. So first I'm going to sort of talk about some of the gaming questions. Dragonborn 101 asks, have you ever played Skyrim or Fallout? If you have, did you like? I'm a Fallout and Elder Scrolls fanboy. Plus, I think he's a snake. Do you plan on making any playthrough? Do you plan on making any playthrough of any games? Okay. Well, first of all, to answer your first question, yes, I have played all the Fallouts, including 4, although I haven't played a lot of 4 yet. I have never played Skyrim. I know that's very shocking. Basically, when that game came out, I was super busy with life. I bought it. I have it in my Steam account. It's just for one reason or another, I've never played it. It's just one of those kind of weird things. I do plan on playing both Fallout 4 all the way through and Skyrim. Do I plan on making a playthrough of any games? I'm guessing you mean of those games. I mean, I've made playthroughs of lots of games. They're on my channel. I have stuff like, we played Ark Age and Ark Survival, and I've played various games. I have been planning on doing Fallout 4 because I did my straw poll. And if you haven't voted in my straw poll, please, pause it now. Go down to the description and hit the link and vote. I mean, if you're interested in seeing me do gameplay, vote on that so that you can decide what I'm going to play. But so far, there's a lot of people that have asked in the vote that voted for the Fallout 4 playthrough. So I imagine I'll do a little bit of Let's Play or playthrough or whatever you want to call it on Fallout 4. Alright, next up I have Loyal Assassin, who says, will you upload gaming content? Here's the deal with that. I mean, I guess a lot of my current subscribers and fans are fond of my commentary videos more than gameplay. With that being said, I don't want to completely abandon gameplay. I still want to play games. Even though when I do upload gameplay, like, really very few people watch it. For example, like my White Knight video has several thousand views, and the last Smite video I uploaded got like 200 or something. I mean, it's abysmally small. So I'm not sure if that's disliking gameplay or disliking that particular type. So that's why I'm doing the straw poll. I'll try some Fallout. I'll upload it, and if enough people are watching it, I'll keep doing it. But honestly, if I'm getting like 200 views per video, it's just not really worth it. Pavle Durovic asked, what is your favorite game of all time that you have ever seen, played or not played? And if you haven't already, will you play it? And will you ever use a face cam? Alright, so that's kind of like a bunch of stuff rolled into one. Probably my most favorite game that I played was I would say Medieval Total War, the first one. I put in so many hours into that game, it's just unreal. I don't even know. And I played that, and I played Shogun Total War and Medieval and Rome. I've played kind of all of them. I'm kind of burned out on it now. I played it so much that even when new ones come out, I'm kind of like, because it's something I've played so much of. So, will I ever use a face cam? I won't use a face cam as long as I'm employed at my current job. Basically because some of the shit I say on here would not jive well with my employers. So if ever, and it's a big if I ever decided to be a content creator as a full-time job, then yes, I would have a face cam, probably, in all of my commentary, and in my stream and whatever. I'm not afraid or shy about showing myself. It's mostly just a thing with my job. Jacob L. asked, do you have any games that you loved and worshipped as a child, ones that will always have a special place in your heart? Yeah, I have a lot, especially ones on the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo and Super Nintendo. The Ultima Exodus, which I tried to go back to and do a playthrough on this channel. Ultima Avatar. I really loved the Ultima games when I was young. What else? The Uncharted Waters for the Super Nintendo. It's an awesome game. Romance of the Three Kingdoms was another one I played a ton of on the Super Nintendo. Those games, when I was younger, I played tons and tons of strategy games. Those were always my favorite. Final Fantasy II is another game that I played a lot. I don't know how many times I played through that, but I was a huge Final Fantasy nerd. Until they kind of got rid of the turn-based, really. So all of them, all the way through 10, I really loved. And then when they abandoned turn-based combat and it became a whole different style of game, I was done with it. So 11 on, I basically never played. I tried 11 out, and within 30 minutes I was done with it. So yeah. The Real Leon asked, what got you into gaming? Well, and I'm really going to show my age here. When I was really young, when I was like 5, my dad, he always had, well, first my parents split up when I was 5 years old, and my dad got custody of me, and so I was raised by him. And he always sort of had these evening like business meetings. He would like meet with other people, and I don't know what the hell he was doing. I was 5, right? He was talking business or something in this sort of lounge. It wasn't really. I mean, I guess it was a bar, but they served food there and stuff too. And they had a couple games there. They had, I think, Breakout and like Pac-Man. And so I always loved playing those. And, you know, I would sit there and beg my dad. And he was always sort of, you know, giving me money to feed quarters to those. And so for either my birthday or Christmas or something that year, he got me an Atari 2600. And I started playing that. And I played Pitfall and Combat and Outlaw and all those games. And I never looked back from there. From there I got, you know, a Nintendo and then a Super Nintendo and on. And I've been playing ever since for quite a long time. Matthias Kressler asked, who's apparently a pile of poop. He asked, "What's your favorite game of all time?" Again, I think if I had to pick one, it would be probably Medieval Total War. Nano Paladin asked, "Have you ever played XCOM?" No, I haven't. But I have played Xenonauts. I did a little what is video on that, which is kind of similar, almost the same game. Ray Silver asked, "Oh, and have you played WoW, and will you play in Legion? And what is your fave song in the world at the moment?" I have played WoW. I played it for kind of like a couple years, up to Wrath of the Lich King, I think. I mostly played because I had some friends that played. It's a fun social game. It's a really, really boring game to play by yourself, though. Will I play in Legion? I don't know what that is, so probably no. What's your favorite song in the world at the moment? If I had to pick a song right now that's my favorite, it would probably be this one. But this song would probably be a really close second.
My cock is in your bum, you filthy fucking slut, and next I'll do your mum. You pair of dirty fucking moles, now suck my dick. You wrap your lips around my cock and fucking gag. And not another word up the fucking ass. It's all around the world, you take it up the ass.
It's just a pretty jamming tune. Caleb NC asked, "What's your favorite video game currently and of all time?" I've answered the all-time one. My favorite video game currently is Smite. I like to play a lot of Smite, so there you go. Kellen Fitz asked, "What do you think of the esports community and the culture around it?" I didn't even know there was such thing as esports until it became big with StarCraft 2, which I guess really what got started in the West. And when it kind of exploded up, at the time I would watch StarCraft 2 gameplay. I would watch Husky and I would watch Day9, Psy, not the singer. There was a guy named Psy that would make videos, and then sort of whenever you had MLG and all the big tournaments, I sort of started watching those some, and I found them interesting, and I got interested in the personalities and that surrounded it and the stars, and then sort of South Korea got into StarCraft 2. They've always been in StarCraft 1. They got into StarCraft 2 and basically decimated everybody in the West, and kind of destroyed all the personality out of it. And I'm not saying South Koreans don't have a personality, but I mean, really, it's really hard because most of them don't speak English, and they're just so focused. They almost play like machines, and so it became really boring then. And then eventually got out of StarCraft 2. And I've never gotten into any other form of esports. I've watched competitive Smite, and I find it really boring to watch it. I don't think it's a fun game to watch. They always do it from top down. I've watched one professional League of Legends game, and I found that super boring. I've watched a couple Tribes professional games. I found that boring. So most of them I find boring. I think the only reason I got into it so much with StarCraft 2 is that I myself was playing very competitively at the time. And so I felt like it helped me to sort of get into, it helped me to learn the game better. It helped me to see what pros were doing. I've always been more of a doer than a watcher, so I don't really enjoy watching something unless it's something I'm actually doing, if that makes sense. So as far as the esports as a whole, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's not in a good spot. I think you basically, you know, there's like this tiny percentage of people at the very, very top who can barely make a living from being a professional, and everybody else just gets nothing. It's a lot more lucrative. It's a lot more just feasible to be in gaming entertainment, you know, to do the kind of shit I'm doing, or the kind of, even better, the kind of stuff PewDiePie does, than to try to be a professional. There's no professional in the world that makes as much as the people who are at the top of, say, YouTube gaming entertainment. So I think that's something to think about. And I don't know if, you know, professional video game players are ever going to be equivalent to, say, the top end of boxing and football and baseball and such. So that's kind of a problem, because, you know, it's really not viable as a career. And that's why everybody who gets into it already has a foot out the door. You know, all the top players, you know, they'll play for a couple years and then they'll quit to go to college, because they know, you know, it's not really something you can do. Honestly, it's something you can do for a couple years and have fun, and then after that you need to figure something else out, because that's just no career path. I think until they sort that out, until you can actually make some decent money, and there's like the equivalent of at least a minor league, you know, where you don't have to be the very, very best and you could make a little bit of money. Until you have something like that, it's just not gonna take off. It's not gonna take off, really. So we'll have to see how it goes. I don't think it will, though, to be honest. The Cotton Schwab asks, worst and best game of this year. I'd say the best game, even though I haven't played it a lot, is probably Fallout 4. I think that's probably going to be the most notable game this year. Worst game, anything by Telltale. Fucking hate that shit. Cordog says, love. Do you play World of Warcraft? Used to, don't anymore, and don't ever plan to play it again. Lethal Broom 100 says, are you a PC Master Race type of guy or a console gamer? PC Master Race all the way. Consoles kind of suck. Scissor Buns asks, will you ever do a subscriber smite game? I do tons of subscriber smite games all the frickin' time. Apparently you've never been to any of my live streams. So show up to one of those if you want to play smite with me. Big Boy Gaming says, what is your favorite game of all time? Medieval Total War. Joey Weinstock says, what's your favorite video game? Medieval Total War. The Screamer 22 says, what game genres do you like the most? I'd say strategy games, especially grand strategy like Medieval, and other games where you just kind of sit back and have to play forever and figure things out. One of my favorite games in that sort of genre of grand strategy is Crusader Kings 2. I've put a ton of hours into that game. If you like some serious strategy, you should check that game out, although it's pretty complicated and slow and takes a long time to play. Dregs asks, what was your first video game that you ever played, and one game now you consider your favorite game of all times? The first game I ever remember playing, I think, was Asteroids, or maybe Breakout in an arcade. Favorite game of all time, like I said, Medieval Total War, although I would kind of add Crusader Kings 2 to that list, now that I think about it. And the Mushroom Fighter wants to know, what's your favorite genre in gaming? Again, grand strategy. Alright, so that pretty much covers all of the gaming questions. Then I got a few questions on lifting, so I'll go ahead and tackle those. And, well, lifting and, like, you know, just general health stuff. Zusta Zeta asks, I have sort of a lifting question, but it's more of a broad topic, such as what are your eating habits and what type of nutrition do you supplement with your lifting activities? Long story short, I'm wanting to be more of a lean muscle mass person like Seth Rollins instead of buff like Ryback, if you watch wrestling at all. So first, don't ever worry about like I want to be lean and not buff. You know, like you don't sort of accidentally get to looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have to try very, very hard, and even then you probably won't succeed. What are my eating habits right now? For quite a while right now, I'm in a gaining phase. I'm in a bulking phase, and so I'm just trying to build strength. So primarily, I focus on eating lots of protein, and lots of healthy fats, lots of fruits and vegetables, and eating as little carbs and sugars as possible. I mean, not cutting them out entirely, but reducing those and making sure that most of my intake comes from good, healthy sources. So I mean, basically you want to eat just kind of natural, eat meat and vegetables and fruit, steak, salad, potato, like stuff like that is good. When you're eating stuff like like Doritos and Twinkies and shit like that, then that's bad. Cut out any drink that contains calories. If you're looking to lean out, don't drink your calories other than milk. I would say milk, although you want to watch that too if you're really trying to lean out. I drink about a half gallon of milk a day though. But other than milk and soda, when I'm drinking my rum on Fridays, I don't drink calories. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda or anything like that. I don't put any sugar in my tea or coffee. I drink water and unsweetened tea and unsweetened coffee and a milk. So that's important. Get plenty of meat. Lots and lots of meat. It doesn't really matter what kind of meat so much, but that's where you're going to get your protein from, for real. It's all about protein if you're trying to build muscle. I don't really measure my stuff strictly like some guys do because I just can't be asked to do it. If you want to get very particular, I would recommend looking up a program if it fits your macros. So if it fits IIFYM, if it fits your macros, that's the most realistic and sensible way to eat healthy, and eat in a way that's gonna have get the results you want. There's a lot of diets. There's a lot of crash diets that you will lose weight, but then you'll lose all your muscle too, and you'll just end up looking like kind of a saggy flat bag. And that's not what you want. Because honestly, you can hold a little fat on you, and if you have muscle, you're still gonna look good. But if you're skinny and you just have fat, if you're skinny fat and you have loose skin, and that's just the worst of all. Because then, you don't look good and you're weak on top of it. I would rather be fat and have muscle than be, skinny and sort of just looking terrible. The real T-Dog asks, what are some good ways to start lifting? I have a mini home gym, but I don't know which workouts affect which muscles, so where can I find this information easily? Tried Google, haha, thanks. Love your videos, you keep me laughing all day. Thanks a lot for that. If you are, from your question, I'll assume that you have not been engaged in a serious strength and muscle building program. If that's the case, I strongly recommend starting strength. I'll include there's a link down in the description. Starting strength is one of the best. It's what I use to start, and it will get you strong all over your entire body, from neck down to your calves. You will get strong overall, and that program, it can take anywhere from 3 to 9 months to complete. And by the time you come out on the other side of that, you will be stronger than probably about 90% of dudes walking around. You'll be strong like a freaking bear, dude. And once you get to that point, then you can move on to an intermediate program, depending on whether you want to lean out or do whatever you want, be more athletic, or even get stronger. But that's the best way. I recommend it to everybody. There's people who will criticize it, but most people that know about serious training would agree that starting strength is one of the best programs. There's others, but there's not any that I think are better. Josh Golden asks, do you have a preferred lifting program, 5x5, shortcut size, etc., that you recommend, and what is your 1 rep max? All right, so my preferred program, if you're just starting out, I recommend starting strength. Currently, I'm on the Texas method, which is an intermediate program. So, after you kind of get everything you can out of starting strength, something like Texas or whatever, you got to move on to something else. You just can't do it anymore. So Texas method is sort of like starting strength for intermediates. It's strength program. So that's what I work on. It's kind of like an advanced 5x5. So in other words, I don't work on hypertrophy or anything like that. I'm all about the strength. I'm addicted to strength gains, and I'm trying to get stronger and stronger. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm working on it. What's my 1 rep max? You didn't specify a specific lift, but I'll just give you my numbers for the big 3. My 1 rep. So for the squats, I can do 310. Deadlift, I can lift 385, and my bench, I can do 200. All right, moving right along. Caleb Insay says, what kind of music is your favorite? That's a little tough for me to answer. I like a lot of different kinds of music, and I know a lot of people say that, but in my case, it's actually true. I like heavy metal. I like dark metal, like Typo Negative. I like dubstep, good dubstep. I like some trance music, although I don't listen to that as much as I used to. A lot of electronic. My favorite sort of popular, well-known music is Eminem. I kind of never get sick of listening to him. I listen to Eminem. Pretty much I have all Eminem on my music player when I go lifting. I like to listen to him when I lift. I listen to a lot of classical music, though, when I'm sort of chilling out, reading, or just having some quiet time. So I like Vivaldi. Vivaldi and Bach and Scarlatti is my favorite classical music. But probably the music I end up listening to the most is sort of funny stuff or parodies, like Rocka, or like video game, parodies and satires and remakes and stuff like that. I don't know. I like music that cracks me up and makes me laugh. All right, continuing. I got a lot of questions about my penis, which I don't know if I should be concerned about that or not. I guess when I started this YouTube channel, one of my big goals was to have a ravenous horde of homosexual fans thinking about my penis, so I guess winning, yeah. But all right, let's take a look at these questions. Rainfall asks, what is your penis size? Crim6ZA asks, how big is your dick? Martin Stalk asks, how big is your penis? Mr. Kilroy Killjoy says, how big is your dick? Flaccid. I'm sure your parents would be very proud of you. So I grouped you guys together, that way I could answer you all at once. So the answer to your question is, yes, you are gay. And then Claster TV wants to ask me a question about his penis. If I were to somehow acquire a girlfriend, that sounds so sad. If I were to somehow, some way, like if I had some anesthesia and a ski mask, if I were somehow to acquire a girlfriend, would they dump me because of a micro penis? They might. I'm not gonna lie to you, they might. But there are ways to please a woman, even with a small dick. So learn the ways. Learn the ways, and she will please you. Honestly, most women, not little girls, women are much more concerned with how much you make a year and whether or not you're stable mentally than the size of your penis. Team No Flex Zone wants to know, how do you feel about the whole ISIS and Turkey exchanging oil, and do you feel like World War III is just around the corner? Well, I think Turkey, the Turkish government, sort of playing oil with terrorists is kind of a dick move. And Turkey, not Turkish people, but the Turkish government is pretty much dickish in general. World War III is just around the corner. I think we're getting close. It may or may not happen, but yeah, all the pieces right now are kind of moving into place. What I would really like to see, although I don't know if it will happen, what really should happen, let me put it that way, what should happen is a strong alliance between the United States and Russia. It's really, really stupid that we are quarreling with each other. It's mostly because, as an American, my government is being a pussy and doesn't like it when Russia flexes its muscles and is jealous of Putin. So I don't know. We need to get our heads out of our asses and realize that Russia is not our enemy. It's people that go and kill a bunch of random fuckers in Paris and fucking, explode shit over in California and blow up World Trade Centers. Those are the sorts of people that are our enemies, not Russia. But I don't know if my government will ever figure that out. Gaming Star says, what do you think about the terrorists? Well, I don't think they're that cool. I think they're kind of the scum of the earth and they need to be put into a food processor dick first. DanDude720 says, also, when's the Redneck Gaming channel going up? Probably never. That video I put up as a test didn't really get that great of a response. A lot of people really hated it, so I throw up a lot of random stuff. I keep throwing shit at the wall and see what people like, and that wasn't something a lot of people really like, so yeah. Michael Loggins says, how much money would it take for you to be a brony or a neckbeard for a day? And can we see the results? Lol. Well, I don't think that I could actually be a neckbeard for a day. I mean, to be a neckbeard, I would have to put on, I don't know, probably 150 pounds. And then I would have to grow out and then disfigure my beard somehow. I would have to lose all my social skills and my speaking capabilities. I'd have to lose my wife, become a chronic masturbator. I'd have to go buy a fedora, get some bad clothes. I mean, you're talking about a couple years setup for a day. So how much money would it take me to be a neckbeard? There's no amount of money that could make me do that. Now, how much money would it take me to be a brony? Well, as I understand it, a brony is a grown man who likes My Little Pony. Or at least, I guess I could pretend to like My Little Pony. So, what are we talking about here? Like, do I just watch a My Little Pony marathon? Or maybe I could go buy a My Little Pony doll and, like, pretend that it's running around my desk for a day. I could do that, throw me, I don't know, $1,000 and I'll pretend my horse is running around my desk. Turd Flingy Monkey asked, if you could, would you suck your own dick and swallow? Nah. I like pussy a lot better. Angus Little asked, what is the dankest mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. Giles theme.
Andrew, you are not the...
And there you have it. Infernal Gamer asked, would you rather whip or nay-nay? Hold on, let me look that up. Okay, I'm back. Whip, I guess? Dr. Fruit wants to know, what do you think of the guy who burned his house down on Twitch? He's an idiot. For Your Health wants to know, do you eat ass? Yes, I do. It's damn good, I'll tell you. There's really nothing like it. I eat ass about once a week. If I can, at least every couple weeks. What you want to do is you want to get you a nice fresh pork butt, get some molasses and salt, you brine that stuff up, and you put that in a smoker and just let that cook forever. And then, you get some barbecue sauce and some sandwich bread, and you just eat that shit all day long with some coleslaw. Mr. Kyle 51 wants to know, how tig are your biddies? Well, I'll just assume you meant big. How big are my biddies? I like my biddies to be pretty fit. Pretty fit, not too much fat. Manhunter wants to know, fat girls or nah? Just say no to the rolls, man. I make my wife do exercise on a weekly basis. Dennis Yeager says, did you get your name from the song made by Monster Magnet of the same name? Yes, I did, sort of. Back when I was in the Army, I was really huge into Monster Magnet, and especially that song, and I would listen to it all the time, and so some of the other guys in my platoon started calling me Spacelord as sort of a joke, and it kind of stuck, and I picked it up, and so it kind of became my Army nickname, and then, you know, later, you know, like, it became my gamer name just for the same reason. So I've had it since, and I just go with it. Durgan Gaming wants to know what hurts more, getting hit with a ton of bricks or getting hit with a ton of feathers. Good luck to your gaming channel in the future. Thank you for that. Getting hit, what hurts more? Getting hit with bricks hurts more. Bricks are a lot harder than feathers. Doesn't matter how many there are. Ryong asks, what's your favorite Monty Python movie? That's easy. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I've seen that so many times, I pretty much have half the movie memorized at this point. Captain Zesty is dying to know, would you rather stick a toothpick between your toe and your toenail and kick a wall, or bear hug a cactus nude? This is the kind of stuff you guys been dying to ask me. Alright, well, I feel like you guys are like trying to like test me. I don't know. Anyway, this is an easy question too. I would much rather bear hug a cactus nude, because if you kick a wall, that's gonna hurt like fuck. That's gonna be really shitty. But you didn't specify that I had to bear hug the cactus hard, so it is gonna be the lightest, most minuscule, most gentlest bear hug ever. It's barely going to touch my skin. Mr. Gamer wants to know, are you a cat or dog person? Everything else I wanted to ask was taken. Neither. I own no pets. I don't like pets. I don't like cats. I don't like dogs. Gunner Andrew 297 wants to know, what TV shows do you like? Well, first of all, I don't really watch too much TV. When I have free time to entertain myself, I am generally either playing a game or watching someone else play a game. So gaming is my main mode of entertainment. After that, I watch YouTube shit, you know, some of which is kind of like shows or just, you know, funny stuff. But out of regular, normal TV, I like the really good stuff. So I like Breaking Bad. I like Game of Thrones. I liked Fringe. I liked Battlestar Galactica. Some of the Star Treks. I liked Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Right now on Netflix, I'm watching Sons of Anarchy, which is a pretty cool show. That's all I can think of right now. Dan Last Name has been waiting to ask, what do ya mams nickas smell like? I guess you're like British or something. I have no idea, man. Do you smell your mother's underwear? Is that like a thing, like in England or something? Eleanor1 says, of all the things you've seen on the internet, what has been the worst thing you have seen, more cancerous if you want to call it that way? Well, the worst thing I've ever seen on the internet was something one of my buddies sent me. I don't know why. But it was a photo of a woman who had been impaled on a giant spike, and it was going up her ass and coming out of her mouth. And I think 3 times after that, I sort of had a dream involving that image, and it was pretty bad. So that's probably the worst. Tempo Pro Gaming says, who do you hate more, Viners or Instagrammers? That's easy. I hate Instagrammers, although I really never really seen them much, but from what I have seen, I hate them just because, I don't know, they're just narcissistic assholes that take pictures of themselves all day or something. Those are the ones I've seen, the ones that do the gym selfies all the time. And then people like say, oh, your ass looks so good. I don't know, it's fucking stupid. The Vines, I mean, there's some stupid Vines, but actually I think there's a lot of funny Vines. I don't like the ones that are like the prank and stuff, but I mean, like Dashie does Vines, and I love Dashie. There's some that are pretty funny. So, that's easy. Almighty Zentaco says, when did you first realize you were a lesbian trapped inside a man's body? When did you stop beating your wife? Huh? There are no dykes in my body. There are no females inside of my body. I went to the doctor and he checked, and I have 0 estrogen and 5,000% testosterone and only one feeling. And it usually doesn't come out because feelings are for women. But I have one feeling, and that feeling is rage. And I reserve it, but sometimes I release it. Cheeky Breaky Black says, do you want to smoke some crack with me? Yes. Come on over, dude. I'll provide the beer. Ryan Fantasy Champ 2636 asks, do you believe in ghosts? Well, let me say first of all that I think all this Ghost Hunter TV show bullshit and ghost radio stuff is all just a bunch of nonsense. Having said that, I do believe that when one dies, that there is a soul that continues on, and I suppose it's possible that it could linger about for a bit. I don't really know. So that's my answer. Reverend of War Gaming asked, a +2 Vorpal blade, a +2 Vorpal blade of burning with Curse of Minor Lycanthropy, or Rusty Frying Pan of Dismemberment. I feel like that's a really easy question. I mean, a +2 Vorpal blade of burning is pretty badass. Now, the Minor Lycanthropy, I mean, you know, so like, you know, every once in a while I turn into like, you know, a werepig or something. But still, I could probably kick a lot of ass as a werepig. On the other hand, a Rusty Frying Pan of Dismemberment, that just doesn't seem that good, because if it's rusting, it's probably not going to last very long, and then I'm just back to normal. So I'm going to go with the Vorpal blade. Christian Nis wants to know, what is your social security number? Also, what is your home address? Are you ready? Get a pen, write this down. My social security number is a tax number that was assigned to me at birth by the US government, and basically it's used to keep track of the taxes that I pay in, and in theory, when I get like really old, I'll be able to retire on it. My home address is a sort of combination of numbers and words, including a zip code that was assigned to me not at birth, but when I moved into my current residence by the US Postal Office. And mostly it's used to deliver mail, but also it can be useful like if you need the police or an ambulance or the fire department. They use the address in order to get to the place where you currently live. Alright, whew. Man, I tell you guys, all these questions are wearing me out. I think it's time that we had like a little musical break, you know, a little interlude. Luckily, I expected this to happen, and I asked my good friend, Nicole Slaw, to provide some music for me for this video, and she did. So here you go. Alright, well, thank you, Slaw, for that. And see, guys, you just thought that she was a woman who was an amazing painter with big tits. But she is also an amazing singer. You So Fly asks, oral or anal? Well, that's a pretty easy question. I'm going to have to go with oral, because every time I've put my toothbrush up my ass, it just did nothing to get my teeth clean. My teeth look just like they did before. So I think oral is much more effective method. The Eagle 04OM asks, if I was your boyfriend, would you ever let me go? Well,
I am skilled in the arts of war and military tactics, sire.
Are you? And tell me, what advice would you offer on the present situation?
Ray Silver asked how old you were when you moved out of home. I was 15 years old. Banana Boat asks, would you take this deal? You would never have to pay for anything ever again. Someone will pay for you, but he stick his first finger up your butt for 2 seconds. Yes, ear, no. Yeah, sure, why not? As somebody that's been in the military, having a dude stick his finger up my butt isn't all that strange anymore, unfortunately. Kasavlogs asks, your thoughts on Little B, aka the base god. Overrated, underrated. Definitely overrated. Definitely overrated. Thug Pingu asks, do you like cows? Yes, I do. They are delicious. Volts Games asks, have you lost your virginity? If so, tell us how it went down. Yes, I have lost my virginity. Thanks for your concern. How did it go down? Well, I took this girl and I put her on a bed and I pulled off her pants and then I pulled off her panties. I reached down, things were indeed wet, and I put my dick in. Brandon Dietz asks, would you recommend dating a girl from another country who makes you stop smoking to please her? Would you date her if she was talking to your best friend before she started talking to you? Do you have any advice as a married couple of 15 years? All right, so that's like a whole lot of dating advice. So let's take it one piece at a time. Would you recommend dating a girl from another country? I don't know why you include that. Like, I don't know. I don't know what country you're from. It really depends. Like if she's from like Syria, probably not. She might blow you up or something. If she's from like Scotland, she's probably okay. She makes you stop smoking. Why did you put that in like quotation marks? It's like she's not. Are you talking about smoking weed or smoking crack? I don't know. She wants to make you stop smoking to please her. Well, if she wants to make you do shit to please her, I would tell her to fuck off. If she wants you to stop smoking because she cares about you and she doesn't want you to get lung cancer, then that would be a good sign. So it really depends on her motivation. You ask, would you date her if she was talking to your best friend before she started talking to you? Yeah. I mean, that's not something I would really hold against a girl. It's just kind of whatever. I mean, as long as she's not still trying to like hook up with your best friend or something, that would be messed up. Married, a married couple of 15 years. I've been married. Fuck, how long have I been married? A long ass time. I've been with my wife 16 years. My advice is not very popular. It's very old-fashioned. It's very traditional, and most people would scoff at it. But here's my advice: is that in a relationship, a marriage, or whatever, there's the man's sphere, and then there's the woman's sphere, and each of you should stay in your own little sphere. Your own little box, and don't go to the other side, and then you will never have anything to argue over, because essentially your responsibilities and duties won't cross, and everybody will know exactly what they need to do in the relationship. In my marriage, I'm in charge of making money, fixing shit, and killing shit. That pretty much covers what I do. Oh, and also disciplining children. And my wife, she's in charge of cooking me food, cleaning up my messes, and putting on sexy outfits and pleasing me in the bedroom. And it seems to have worked out really good for us. So take that how you will. Miss Unamused Nerd asks, what are your thoughts on that Snake Anita Sarkeesian bullshitting the public about video games, making them seem like they're interactive torture porn, to disrespect the female gender by borrowing Let's Players' gameplay footage, editing certain video game cutscenes to a tiny clip to take that certain cutscene out of context, and ignoring the fact that there are some video games they have a strong female main playable character that are not at all sexualized. Like Amanda Ripley, for example. Okay, that was a really long question. Be more concise, damn it. What am I? So you could have just said, what are my thoughts on Anita Sarkeesian? Well, I mean, there's two things with her. First of all, she's a feminist moron. All right, let me just say it. I don't like feminists, and I've never met a true feminist that I didn't think anything except they were a complete and absolute moron. They're stupid. They operate according to an ideology. They have their little fucking playbook. They never think for themselves or have anything intelligent to say, and they all just need to fucking shut up and make me a sandwich. So, and that includes her. So in that sense, she's just a feminist. They're basically like little Trojan horses, and they like to find places to go and stir up shit. And she just happened to find the gaming world, and that's where she's stirring up shit. Other feminists are doing the same thing in all other places. The thing to understand about these feminists is that they don't give a shit about truth or fairness or especially about men. They only care about winning. It's just about winning by any means possible. It's because it's just a part of a larger program of cultural Marxism whose, their game plan is win by any means possible. So that's the one thing. Anything she says is just nonsense. It's just meant to win. And the other thing about her is she really, that's the feminist side. And then, just her as a person, she's just, she's riding a glory train. She's got her 5 minutes of fame and she wants to make anything of it as she can. And it seems to be working out for her for now. I don't know. She's just stupid. All you can really do is ignore stupid people. There's a lot of stupid people. If I were to do any kind of video about her, it would pretty much just be throwing hot dogs on her face because that's about all she's worth of my intellectual ability. Manuel Reyes asks, will you do any vids with your wife? What do you mean? Like gameplay? Like she plays a game with me or something? No, my wife doesn't, she doesn't play games. She's not a gamer. So she doesn't get into any of the same stuff I do. She has all her own interests, which are completely separate from mine. She's a cake decorator, and she does knitting, and all kinds of, women shit. That's cool. It's cool for her, but, I can't see her being in one of my vids. Dyad Cohen asks, will you ever talk about other thing, not just stream sluts like the cancerous condom challenge? Talk about other things, what, like bronies or neckbeards or unboxing, stuff like that. Miss Destiny Transfer Gaming asks, my question is, do you have any advice to a new YouTuber like me on how to get to 10K subscribers? I'm working on something right now that I think a lot of people would like, and would like your opinion on it if you don't mind. Well, I don't know what you're working on right now, so I can't give my opinion on that. Advice on getting to 10K subscribers? Well, I'm hardly... People keep asking me about YouTube and, how to get big on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for, 2 months or something, I'm hardly some kind of YouTube expert. But this is what I do know. If you're gonna do gaming-related stuff and you're just gonna, do gameplay... you might as well just forget about it because, there's 10 billion other fuckers doing the same shit. That's the biggest thing, is there are millions of people doing YouTube. Everybody's doing YouTube. So, if you're just doing the same stuff, you're just going to blend right in. The only reason I have 10K subscribers is because I started bitching about these stupid gamer girls, and people liked what I had to say about it. So, I guess my advice would be do something different. Do something that nobody else is doing and that is also popular. Or do something that is popular but people aren't doing a good job of. I mean, honestly, I am by far not the only one talking about these gamer girls. There's lots of other people doing it, but a lot of people aren't doing a very good job of it. So, that's kind of that. I will say this too, its content is not as important as polish when it comes to YouTube. I don't care if you have the greatest ideas or if you're the best pro gamer or any of that bullshit. If your videos aren't high quality, it doesn't matter. So I would say first thing is make sure you have a very good mic. I would recommend the Blue Yeti if you're actually serious about what you're doing. You need to get good editing software. I use Movie Studio 13. You need good recording software. I use Action. And you need to edit all your videos. You need good cuts. You can't just have a bunch of raw footage. I see all these people doing gameplay videos, for example, and they just upload raw footage of them playing a game, and they're talking through this shitty-ass mic. And I know on my first Gamer Girl video, I had a shitty-ass mic. I didn't expect anybody to actually watch the damn thing, much less almost 3 million people. But I have a good mic now. So, I mean, the quality of that stuff, you really need to spend time doing that, because honestly, if you have even a few bad videos, you know, people, that might be people's impression of you. So work on the editing. The other thing is, from your profile pic and your name, I'm assuming you're a girl. Your profile pic, I can't see too good, but you know, you look like a cute young girl, and I would advise using that to your advantage. And you might think I'm being a hypocrite because I rag on these gamer girls, but you got to understand, the reason why they annoy me so much is because most of them aren't bringing anything to the table. Like Nicole Slaw, she has a cancerous shit personality. She doesn't play any games at any decent level. She's not bringing any sort of content, you know. She's just sitting there with big tits. You know, that's all she is. She's just a cam whore. So I'm not saying be a cam whore, but I'm saying, you know, if you have good content and, you know, you're bringing something interesting to the table, and you're also, you know, an attractive young woman, that is simply, you know, adding something to the mix. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, it's the same as news or, you know, any kind of program. You know, I mean, even Dodger, right? I mean, she doesn't do anything I would think is improper of a woman to do. She's always, you know, fully clothed and decent and whatever. But you know, she's also a pretty girl, and I can't say that that's hurt her. You know, people find her just attractive. So that's one thing. Also, try to be energetic. People like I'm not always that energetic, and I've gotten criticized for it. But if you think about it, think about who is the biggest on YouTube. PewDiePie, right? What is characteristic of his videos? He has amazingly good edits. He is an attractive, you know, he's an attractive guy, and he is super high energy. And that's kind of the winning combination, really. Size matters, does it? Asks Spacelord, what motivated you to start making YouTube videos? Well, the thing that motivated me is the thing that still motivates me. I find it fun. I mean, believe it or not, you know, when I make a video like my Gamer Girl videos or my neckbeard videos, I just put together things that I find amusing. My videos crack me up, and so, you know, I like to make those. Originally, I was doing like gameplay and playthroughs, and because I like those when they're done well. My gameplay videos were not done very well, and they were horribly unpopular. And when I made my first Gamer Girl video, I had 14 subscribers. So that should give you some perspective. So I'm obviously going more with material that's more popular and material that I'm doing well. But regardless, I'm never going to do anything, even if it made me the most popular guy, I would never do anything that I found stupid or boring. So I'm always going to just make stuff that amuses me in the end. And I have a really goofy sense of humor. Shibby says, Sir, can you do another streamer slut and drama mine? You're better than Drama Alert, cause your salt, may I be your pepper to your salt. But anyways, good vid, cheers, mate. Alright, cheers, mate. Can I do another streamer slut video? Yes, I'm working on one right now. It should be up soon. I got a little behind schedule because when I started working on this video this morning, my mic broke. I had the blue snowball, and the fucking thing, after 2 weeks, broke. It's a piece of shit. I don't recommend the blue snowball to anyone. And so I spent like 4 hours trying to get the thing to work before I finally realized it's just junk and it's just broken. So I gotta send that shit back to Amazon. But I promised you guys I was gonna get these videos done. And so I drove up to Best Buy and I bought myself a Blue Yeti. and that's what I'm using right now. And so far, although I've only used it today, it seems like a pretty damn good mic. So that's my recommendation for mics. OG Jornil says, "Sup, dude? I really enjoyed your videos on the gamer girls and stream sluts. I think it is awesome for people to call them out on the mistakes they do. My question is, are you thinking about doing videos together with other people or streamers? Good luck in 2016, bro." Alright, first of all, thank you very much for the good thoughts. Yes, I do want to do collaboration videos. That's, that was my motivation between asking Turd Flinging Monkey if he wanted to do something. And I would like to do, especially with gamers, I'd like to branch into that. Gamers and other people too. I don't know really who. I've been thinking of trying to reach out to Shoe on Head, and seeing if she would like to do something together. Because this next coming Friday when I do my live stream, I'm going to try something a little different. Instead of doing gameplay, I'm going to go in under the talk show, and I'm going to get a couple people in there with me, and we're just going to kind of talk about some shit, and we'll, with games and other topics, and see how that goes. Just more like a podcast, but I'm still going to get fucking drunk off rum, but just sit around talking, and that way I can pay a little more attention to chat, and we can sort of have conversations about stuff. But yeah, something like that, I would ask, her if she wanted to do something with, or, maybe a video, I don't know, I'm new to this, and collaborations are a little tricky. I don't know all the details, like who edits the video, do you both make a video, and all that details. That's stuff I still got to figure out. The other thing is, I'm not really that big. I've gotten a lot of subscribers fast, but I'm still only at 10K. And in the big YouTube world, that's not very huge. And so basically, people that have 100K subscribers are probably not even going to notice my existence. So I need to find people who are also small-ish, like me, and to collaborate with them. So if you know of people you think would fit well with me, fit well with my style, and whatever, either a discussion type thing, or even just playing some games together, I think that would also be cool. Collaborations are awesome because they help both people out, because you're basically sharing your fans with each other. So I'm all for it, but you gotta set it up, Stephen Kano asked, "Did you think it would have been this fast for 10K?" No, not a while back. Honestly, this whole thing has kind of surprised me. I never really thought I would be that popular. I remember when I was making, some Smite videos and just doing gameplay, and I had like 14 subscribers, I was thinking, I wonder if I'll ever make it up to 100 subscribers. And right now, people are subscribing. I get about 600 new subscribers every day. And it's just, honestly, it's kind of overwhelming for me. And so now, looking at things and doing the math, I realize that even 50K and bigger is not out of my reach now if I keep sort of doing what I'm doing now. So a lot of it I'm still trying to figure out, man. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. But yeah, it was complete shock to me. I never expected that Gamer Girl video to get that big. And really, that's sort of what is the gateway in, to my channel. That's where I'm assuming most of you guys sort of found my channel, is the Gamer Girl videos or whatever. But I've been working really hard lately to try and not be just a one-hit wonder, not just one big video. I've been trying to get up other videos that are similar in tone and style that people will like, so that they'll want to subscribe and stick around. So, and I think it's been working out pretty good. So I'm happy about that. Very happy. Tetra Big Yadua asks, "What advice would you give to someone new to YouTubing?" My advice would be, make the sort of things that you love and that you can actually believe in. Don't just, if you try to just do YouTube to get rich or something like that, it's not going to happen. Believe me. But at the same time, be flexible. Look at what you're doing. if you're doing things and after a while, nobody's watching it, try out other things. Try out as many things as possible. That's what I do. I just keep trying different things, and the things that work, I do more of, and the things that don't work, I stop doing. That's about it, really. But at the same time, you got to realize that nothing's probably going to happen overnight. You just got to keep trying and trying and trying. And reach out to others. Reach out to other people. Make yourself known, because you can't just make videos and hope people will find them. So I'm not saying to spam, but you need to make friends. Make friends on YouTube. Suros Nova asks, have you thought of playing other games like Destiny? And would you like to collab with a big YouTuber? I really feel like you should grow your channel. You deserve more subs. Well, first, thanks very much for the good thoughts. Let's answer your questions. Have I thought of playing other games like Destiny? I'm open to most games. First-person shooters are not really my deal, but, I'll probably try out. Just like everybody's bugging me to do CSGO constantly. CSGO, so I'm probably going to break down and play it. Just because, for me, this channel is a balance between things I like to do and things my viewers want to see. And, so if everybody wants me to do something, I'll probably do it just to, make people happy or whatever, because when I make you guys happy, it makes me happy too. Would I do a collab with a big YouTuber? Yes. So, if PewDiePie, sent me a message, he's like, hey, let's do a collab, I would do that on the drop of a hat. Sure. I deserve more subs. Yes, I do deserve more subs. You're absolutely correct. And they will come. Don't you worry. 50K is in sight, my friends. Just wait. Just wait. We'll see how long it takes. I bet it doesn't take as long as some people might think. Spacelord Gaming is the sleeping dragon of YouTube, my friend. Triple Star DJ says, at what point do you think these cam girls will find a site that would bring in more cash than Twitch currently does? I don't think they will. I think they make a killing on Twitch. The only way they would is if people stop donating on Twitch. Honestly, if you look, a lot of these girls, the big ones, the big stars or whatever you want to call them, on Twitch, they make more than the girls on the sex cam sites. They really do. They make more than the girls sitting around on Chatterbait or whatever. And that's why they're there. Because, in fact, a lot of those girls do both, or have done both. They have one foot in porn and one foot in Twitch. And a lot of them, they make more on Twitch. And they don't have to do a bunch of raunchy stuff. So, it's really a no-brainer on their part. When I made my first video, Twitch was sort of coming down, but it's kind of funny because a lot of these girls have learned that they don't even have to dance around and do that shit. They can play by the rules and just sort of, basically play a game a little bit, and Twitch won't ban them, and they're gonna make the money. So I don't see them going anywhere, honestly. Almighty Zentaco and I, we were talking about this earlier, and we both agree. I think, honestly, the best thing to happen would be if Twitch went back to being like Justin TV, just lifted all of their restrictions on streaming. Just said, you can stream whatever, obviously, some rules, no pornography, and, not like killing people and shit. But, basically, you can stream what you want, and just have like a social category. So if a girl wants to go on there and just sit there and talk to people in her chat room, she can, but she'll be over in social, and people that are interested in just talking to a pretty girl, they can just go over there in social and talk to her, and we can get rid of the premise that she's actually playing a game. And then when you go to a League of Legends category or whatever, it'll just be people playing League of Legends. I think they should do that, and then be very strict about, what people are doing, that, you actually need to be doing what's in your category. And they could do both too. If they were actually playing a game, they could be over in League of Legends, but if they just want to sit there and talk to their people, they need to change their category. I think that would solve a lot of problems. At the end of the day, because here's the thing, okay, you can say no dancing. Okay, so then they're sitting there with heavy cleavage. But okay, is that inappropriate? Well, what if her shirt was 1 inch higher? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost impossible to say where is that line. It becomes very, very arbitrary and subjective. And I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I was the owner of Twitch, from a business perspective, it seems like just banning out face cams entirely would be bad, because it's going to push all the business somewhere else. So I think they should just open it up and split the categories. I think it's the most sensible thing to do, honestly. And, you know, that would make all the gamers happy, because they would move over to the social category, and you wouldn't have to worry about them anymore, right? They'd be over there. Gaming Tech Review says, are you going to do YouTube full time? Also, do I get a shutout? Well, I don't think you're going to get a shutout unless you're into Major League Baseball or something. I mean, maybe if that's the case, I can't really advise you on baseball. Am I going to do YouTube full time? I would happily do YouTube full time if I could pay my bills with it. I mean, it's as simple as that. I would do it full time if I could pay my bills with it. That being said, that's tricky to do, especially with advertising rates on YouTube. We'll have to see if anyone decides to help me out on Patreon. I think that's going to be a major factor. Otherwise, if I can't make money off it, then it's gonna be just something I do on the side. All right, next we have, holy hell, dude, did you like eat a lot of sugar before you? Okay, Maxo says, grats, how old are you? I am 37. Your name? My name is Spacelord. Do you like pie? Yes, I do like pie. My favorite would probably be coconut cream pie. No, scratch that. Pecan pie. Pecan pie with whipped cream. Do you even lift, bro? Yes, I lift all the time. Do you need an intro with your symbol? Like a 2.5D intro. I have an intro with my symbol. A 2.5D? Like not 3D, but not 2D. Are you? If you mean like I need an intro, like where it zooms in, like does some cool effects, I agree. I need to make a more stylish intro. That's on my to-do list. What do you think made you grow so fast? I think my personality. I'm very likable because I'm so friendly. Any mics I should buy? Yes. If you want a good mic for doing this kind of stuff, buy a Blue Yeti. They're expensive. They're like $100, but honestly, that's what you need to do. Any advice for YouTube? I think I pretty much covered that in a little bit earlier, so just go with that. All right, next up we have Joey T, 2 cents. He says, do you have any kids with your wife? Do you have any kids with your wife? Do you have kids? Okay, let me take this one. Do you have any kids with your wife? Yes. Do you have kids? Yes. Would you do a joint video with your wife? No, probably not. Where are you from? It sounds like you have a slight accent. What do you mean I got an accent? I have an accent? I don't know. Do I sound like Canadian? Do I sound like I'm from Australia, maybe? Or from China? I am from the United States. I am from the Midwest. And I live near the Mississippi River. So, that's all the hints I'll give you. And I live out in the country. So, that's probably why I have an accent. What do you do when you're not making awesome videos or lifting? What do I do? I mostly I work a lot. I take care of my family. I spend time with my kids. I like shooting guns. I like fishing. What else do I like doing? I like playing some like tabletop games too. Although that's something that I really don't do much anymore. Like I like some little games like Munchkin and Small World. They're pretty fun. Sometimes I play those with the wife. I used to play like Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and shit, but don't do that so much anymore. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons because all of my friends, basically everybody moved away from everybody. And I don't play Magic because the last time I did, I got jock itch. What gym do I go to? Well, that's getting a little too specific. Why PC instead of console? Would you get a PS4? I find most PC games are just a hell of a lot better and cheaper than console games. But why is everybody so interested in my wife, man? I don't know. That's a little weird. Like people zoning in on my wife. I showed her the comments and she's like, no. So she's not interested in being a YouTube person. I mean, I don't know, unless you guys are like suspicious that I don't actually have a wife, that I'm just sort of like pretending to have a wife or something. I don't know. I mean, I could have her say hi. I could have her say Spacelord is the awesomest and the greatest, or some shit like that. I don't know. But other than that, I don't know. What is she gonna do in a video? What is she gonna do? It's not like I'm gonna have her fucking like twerking her ass in my vid. The hell, man. Sir Jim Arras says, "Are you going to make more videos and talk shit about more stuff?" I'm doing that right now. Other than neckbeards and gamer girls, like unboxing or other stuff. Actually, I am. I have so many videos planned. Like you guys wouldn't believe. It's just the problem has been work. Like if I could just like pause time right now, I could, just with what's in my head, I could probably make about 10 videos. So yeah, I have a lot of other topics too that I want to talk about that I think would be funny and interesting. And he says, as an advice, only idiots and people with small attention spans care about the length of the video. If you want to make a longer than usual vid because you have more shit to say, do it. I'm glad you said that. I agree. I think my very first gamer video was a little bit too long. I mean, it was like 40 minutes. And so I think, but my videos are long generally. So, you know, I think 20 to 30 minutes is kind of what I aim for. And I'm fine with that because like once I start digging into a topic, there's just a lot of shit to show and say. And, you know, my YouTube channel is not like these little, you know, like zippy do and, you know, you see something funny and you're done. You know, because my videos are typically funny, but you also kind of learn some shit at the same time. And so, you know, I think of it kind of like a little TV episode or something, you know. And I kind of try to tell a little story in my videos, and you know, I'm working on that. So yeah, I'm definitely okay with making the longer vids. And usually, like this one is obnoxiously long, but that's just because I promised to go through all the questions. So most of them probably won't be this long. But you know what? If I wanted to make a video and, you know, everything I wanted to put in it, it was an hour long, then fuck it, I don't care. It'll be an hour long. Demonic King says, what's your view on gamer girls, and is there a reason for sluttiness? Well, I'm glad you asked my view on gamer girls because I've made several videos which altogether probably equal about 2 hours. So if you want to know my view on gamer girls, I recommend go watch those videos. Is there a reason for sluttiness? Yes, there is a reason for sluttiness. Basically, you know, the way that they attract males is through their sexuality. You know, that's just a fact. It's been that way since caveman times. It doesn't mean every woman's a slut, because you can sexually attract a man. I mean, if you're a woman and you want a man, you need to sexually attract him, because, you know, when we see you in a room, we can't really tell you have a nice personality. We can tell whether or not you have a nice ass. So here's the problem, is the way it should work in a, you know, proper civilized society is that you have a woman who's dressed, you know, sexy, not slutty, but sexy, and a dude sees her and he's like, damn, she's looking pretty fucking fine, and he goes up and he hits on her, you know, and then they get married and they have a bunch of little brats, which drives the man crazy, and then, you know, then he dies, and there you go, that's life. But what happens with some of these girls is they get the attention, you know, they get guys hitting on them, and they get addicted to that attention. You know, they feel like they're the star of the show, they're on top of the world. So instead of, you know, hooking up with that guy, that good guy that wants to, you know, have a relationship and get married, they friend zone him, and they keep riding the cock carousel, and, you know, dating and screwing everybody and hanging out on Tinder, and all that bullshit. And they do this shit until they hit like 30. You know, they spend like 10 years just getting all this dick in them, because they like the attention. And, you know, everybody likes attention, and everybody wants to feel like, hey, everybody likes me. But I can tell you, you know, screwing a bunch of douchebags is not a good way to get attention, because what happens to these girls, and you can see it all over nowadays, you see all these 30-something girls who are single, and they're bitching because no guy wants to marry them. And that nothing's going to change there, ladies. Nothing's going to change there. You know, if you spent 10 years screwing around, we don't want frickin' your leftovers. You know, we just don't. When, you know, we want, our instincts tell us to find, you know, a young girl like 18 and to nab them there and to marry them. But girls nowadays, they don't want to settle down, mostly due to feminism. Some of it, they you know, they have career ideas, they have all this stuff, and this is why so many relationships are fucked up now. Really, is because, you know, because girls don't want to settle down when they're young. Now, me and my marriage, I met my wife when she was 17, man. I was 21 and she was 17, and we got together, and we're still together. We've been together since she was young, and that's why it works. You know, I mean, if she and I were to get divorced now, you know, and then she's a single mom with 3 kids and like 16 years of baggage, there's nobody that's going to want to marry her. You know, it's just the way it is. So, whereas as a man, honestly, you know, I could get a 20-something girl if I was single and I wanted to. It would be very, very easy, as long as I could find, you know, sift through the sluts. That's the only thing. You need a slut sifter. I should invent one. DJ Kane York says, would you consider reporting news on YouTube and Twitch media? Something like Drama Alert, but better. Mainly because I think your commentary style would definitely suit it. Okay, so first of all, I mean, reporting things on YouTube and Twitch, I mean, that's kind of what I do, isn't it? That's kind of my thing, I think. Drama Alert, I didn't even know who that was until people started like bringing it up to me or comparing me to Drama Alert. I mean, he's okay, I guess. I find him really boring. I tried to watch a couple of his videos, but I was like falling asleep and shit. Whatever. Yeah, so like Drama Alert, but better. Yeah, that should be my tagline. Spacelord Gaming, like Drama Alert, but better. Eighth Sin asks, are you going for a somewhat comedic approach to those videos, or were those your genuine thoughts on the actual girl streamers? What are your plans going forward with Assault? Lol, love that title, and I hope it becomes an ongoing series. In all of my commentary videos, I do try to be funny, because, you know, humor is awesome, and yeah, I like funny shit. But at the same time, yes, those are my genuine thoughts. I don't think Pink Sparkles can dance, and I think she's a terrible dancer. I think Mia Rose is fugly and has a non-ass. That's also true. And I think Christy Lovett has breasts that are roughly the size of Winnebago's. Dead Draco Rex Zero says, what are you expecting of your YouTube career? Well, I think probably I'm going to hit around 2 or 3 million subscribers eventually. I'm going to be insanely rich. So I'll quit my day job, and then I'll start doing cams, and I'll do things like have, you know, like a yacht, like a boat party, like on a yacht with like a bunch of alcohol and like dancing girls and shit. And then I invite all my YouTube friends, and then I make that into a YouTube video, and then everyone watches that. And then I have a party on a helicopter over a volcano where I'm watching the boat party YouTube video while also getting drunk. Sis or Buns asks, are you gonna do more hilarious videos about gamer girls and neckbeards? Yeah, I'm working on Gamer Girls number 3 right now. And after that, I don't know about another neckbeard. To be honest, like I like the neckbeards one, and there was some people that, you know, decided to get into lifting and shit because of it, which I think is really awesome. That I actually had, you know, like a positive impact on people. It actually really makes me happy whenever people say, you know, like I went and started lifting again or whatever. That I think that's really cool. But I don't want to just sort of repeat the same shit over and over. I actually have a lot of really cool ideas to do for other stuff. You know, like I did the unboxing, and I thought that was a pretty good video. And I want to keep doing different stuff. I don't want to just be a one-trick pony who just looks at gamer girls all day. I am going to do this 3rd gamer girl video, and I really don't think I'm going to be doing another one anytime soon. Like, not another gamer girl, because really, like, after this one, I'm really running out of stuff to. I mean, what am I gonna do? Just like put up a be like, yep, there's another slut. Up, there's another slut. Up, there's another slut. You know what? Like what? I've already said it. You know, I've said, you know, what the problem is. I've said what I think about them. So, you know, I don't want to just sit there and repeat myself. I like to be creative. Phew! I've almost made it to the end. This is taking longer than I thought. It's because I talk too much. I get answer. You know, if I would have just said like yes or no to all this shit, it would have been like a 10-minute video. But I just talk forever. All right. Next question here from Cat Astro V. Oh, I'm sorry you got stuck all the way to the back. You're one of my regular commenters. Commenters? Well, you're one of my regular fans. So all right. Congrats on 10K. Thank you. Question for the Q&A. What percentage of love-hate do you get for your gamer girl videos? For example, 60% good feedback, 40% bad feedback. Well, Cat, I would say it really differs. Okay, so the gamer girl video 1 has about 30 or 40%. It's about 30 to 40% downvotes and bad comments. But it's kind of funny. It's not what I thought it would be. When I made that, I thought, okay, this is going to really piss off a lot of women. But really, there's only a small handful of comments from women that are negative. I've overwhelmingly had positive comments from women that also don't like these stream slots. So that was a surprise. The negative comments that are there are overwhelmingly people pissed off that I said League of Legends was easy. And it continues. Even though I put annotations up and linked them to my second video to explain it, they're still all pissed off, so whatever. And then the rest of them are white knights that basically are chronic masturbators. Now, once you get past that video, my other videos like my Gamer Girl 2 and White Knight video and all of those, my other Gamer Girl videos, overwhelmingly positive comments. And that's because mostly those videos get seen by people who saw my first video and then subscribed to me. So it's kind of self-selecting audience. Next question is from Nick Romano. Sorry you got so stuck in the back, man. Asks, will you be streaming more often in the future with your growing number of subscribers? This is actually a really good question, and I wish I would have sort of put this earlier. My YouTube and my live streaming are like totally separate, really, in the sense that I have 10,000 subscribers, but usually when I stream, I'm lucky to have 10 people watching. So, you know, that's one person for every 1,000 subscribers I have on YouTube. So that means, you know, I would have to have 100,000 subscribers to get 100 people. I don't know. Maybe the format, I'm going to play with some different formats on live stream and see how that works. But I guess the short answer is my growth on YouTube doesn't seem to be affecting live streaming too much. I don't get much of response from live streaming. I haven't been getting, you know, I'm not a Twitch partner. You have to be big to even be a Twitch partner, which means I cannot run ads or do anything like that to make any revenue. And I'm not getting any donations or anything like that. I'm always going to do, you know, like one stream a week because I think it's fun. But as far as expanding beyond it, I have to say, really, I'm not that motivated to do it because I am interested in being a content creator, at least more than I am now, half-time or full-time as a job. And so I gotta go where I'm seeing results. So that depends on whether that ever picks up. Like I said, my growth on YouTube has not shown me a growth on Twitch. Right now it's dead. It's very dead. The Eagle 04 OM says, favorite YouTuber or most inspirational? I'll just say my two favorite YouTubers. My favorite for gaming is Dashy Games. I watch every single one of his videos, and he, even though what we do is pretty different, he was one of the ones that kind of inspired me to get into YouTube, simply because I just saw how awesome it was to create something, to make something of your own, and have people like it. And so I wanted to try to do the same thing. And the other one I really like is Bro Science Life, which is sort of, comedy about, lifting and stuff in the gym. All right, my final question is from the Skull Rider. He says, "Grats on reaching 10K subs. Will you be doing videos on the politically correct, feminists, SJWs, and other spastics in general?" All right, sorry about you being last, but the last shall be first and all that. Although I'm not really sure how that works in YouTube videos, unless you watch the video in reverse. Maybe that's what happens in the afterlife. People watch YouTube videos in reverse. Anyway, will I be doing videos on politically correct feminist SJWs? Yes, that's where I want to go. Basically, making fun of retards is something that I like to do, mainly because they're not worthy of discussion. They're not worthy of considering seriously in any way whatsoever. And if I actually tried to engage them seriously, it would make me want to kill myself. At the same time, people like that really piss me off, so I feel the need to do something, and so I just like to make fun of them like a big bully and tell them they look stupid and they can't dance and stuff like that. So, if I did a video on Anna Sarkeesian, I would probably just make fun of her nose. Alright guys, that is all of my questions, and this is an epically long video, and I've been talking forever. If you have made it to this point without skipping, and you've actually listened to all the Q&A, you are a true Spacelord fan. You need to go down into the comments, and you need to leave a comment saying, "I like cucumbers." That's like your code word. And then I'll know that you actually watched the whole damn thing to the end. I know it sounds retarded, but no one else will know. And don't give it up. Don't tell anybody why you're saying it. And then then I'll know. I'll know who watched the whole thing. Also, do, as I mentioned in the beginning, do consider going and checking out my Patreon. And if you can offer me any support, that would be awesome. Because if I can, get things going enough, I can create a lot more content. So if you enjoy my videos, and if that's worth anything to you, any support. See, I'm talking backwards. Any support would be appreciated. Not any appreciated would be support. If I could support myself on mere appreciation, I would be wealthy. Anyway, that is it for this video. I've made it over an hour and a half long. My longest video yet. Whew. I'll be doing my next Q&A when I hit 50,000 subscribers. So, in other words, not too long. You guys are awesome, and give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and I'll have more videos for you soon. Now I gotta spend another fucking 2 hours editing this shit. Fuck!